You're listening to an Awkward Human podcast on the 5x5 network. If you want to find out more about this show and all the other cool stuff that we do, visit awkwardhuman.com. Hello and welcome to the Awkward Human Survival Guide. This week we're talking about
a loud gum chewing coworker,
special coffee flavors,
and the true cost of iPhone repairs.
Hello and welcome to the episode. I'm Adam Dotches.
I'm Erica Elson. As per usual, we're joined by Richard Cardenas.
Oh, wow.
And we have a special new guest, Sam DeSurra.
Hi. My name's Sam DeSurra.
Welcome.
Sam and I work together.
Yes, thank you for having me, Erica.
And Sam also does comedy.
I do, thank you. That's very nice of you to say.
But that's really all she wants to share.
And generous.
Yeah.
Well, but you know, the focus is not me. Is it?
No.
But thank you. That's very generous. Comedy is a generous way to say
broad,
it.
You know?
Well,
What?
You've
It's
convinced
broad.
Richard.
It's broad.
I'm keeping it broad.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I am a broad, so.
That's your groundlings training at work right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So Sam has a story to share with
Yes.
us.
So
Yes.
we're gonna just jump right into it.
And we're not even going to comment on the fact that Erica pronounced my name correctly
I'm not feeling it today. Richard.
inelaborately.
I'm just not.
She said it wrong, or
No.
No, every week she has this fucked up version of my name.
That was so aggressive. I wasn't expecting it.
Not always fucked up. Sometimes it's in French.
Oh.
Sometimes it's a nickname. Sometimes it's abbreviated.
And so this week she didn't do that.
My heart's just not in it.
Wow.
good.
Oh, thanks.
I like when your heart's not into it. Thank
Richard
you.
Cardenas. Is that it?
I mean, no,
But
but,
you usually
it's,
say-
it's better than how she says it.
Okay.
It's more like
Yeah. That's like how Siri pronounces it.
Richard Cardenas.
Uh-huh.
Like that?
Uh-huh.
Gotcha.
Yeah. How did you... Wait, what?
Me and
You
Siri
heard
are
my last
close.
name once? And you, already know
Yeah,
it?
she said it.
I know, that's crazy. I've already forgotten your whole name.
This is
DeSurra.
Sam.
Sam DeSurra.
I'm kidding. Just not the last name. I didn't know the last name. Anyway, let's hear your story.
Okay, so it starts with an email.
Oh.
And the email says, "Hey Sam, I know you do a Lord impression. My friend who's a writer for New Girl, she wants to. They're doing a Secret Santa gift exchange for the holidays, and she got her boss, which is one of the showrunners. Forget his name, but it starts with the B.
Okay. Billy, Brian, Bob,
Perhaps.
Gertrude.
Yep.
Probably
One of
the
those.
last one.
And she gets one of the showrunners, and I guess when the VMAs happened last year, Lorde did a big performance, but she did not sing. She danced to her own song. And so when the email said Lorde impression, I thought that it was like a singing impression, because that's the type of impression I do of Lorde. And
Can you give us a little sample really quick of that? I'm really curious now.
Oh, sure. Do you know her most recent song, Green Light?
I don't know anything, but
I do.
He can
Okay, great. I'm going to sing it right to you.
Yes.
Okay.
No pressure's on now.
I do my Wait, oh my God. Wait. Somebody else's car. Wait, is this all that?
No, it's already good.
I order different drinks at the same bars. I can't.
That's really good.
Wait.
No, it's good.
It will never be royals. Kind of. I can't do a whole.
That I actually do know that.
I'm sorry.
No, that was great. It's
Well,
much
it was
better than the South Park parody.
God, you all are so generous. Don't be nice to me. Don't ever be nice to me.
Hey, you do comedy.
That's why I don't want
That's why-
anyone to be
yeah.
nice, because that's what I'm used to. I'm used to rejection.
There's no humor without pain.
Isn't that the truth?
Mm.
Yes. So anyway, I did this. That's the impression the mediocre impression that I do of her. And so when she showed me what it was I was supposed to do, I saw the dance, and I was like, oh, this is a dancing impression. Okay. So, but I agreed to do it regardless. And so I showed up in Lorde's futuristic kind of like that, actually, in her futuristic garb. That the woman who writes for the show, she bought all the stuff for me. She was like so into it. I guess it's competitive. It's a very competitive Secret Santa that everyone has every year. Oh. So she was like,
it must be if they're hiring people.
Yeah,
as a gift.
Yeah, and she hired backup dancers.
Oh.
So because I saw the performance, I'm like, there's backup dancers in this. Like, what do you? She's like, oh no, I'm getting backup dancers for you and a choreographer. And I said, oh, okay.
Wow.
So that all happened. All the clothes came. I put them on, and then that day we did the dance. I learned the dance, and then that night we went over to the New Girls writer's room, which they relocated from Fox to Occidental Studios because it's the last season, I guess. Mm-hmm. And Fox was like, we don't want our lot anymore. So, but it's much closer to AFI, so I was able to travel over there, and we did it.
And you didn't know anyone in the New Girl writer's room,
no,
including the person who hired you to do this.
Well, I didn't know her before. We had a mutual friend, right. So my friend Ben put me in touch with her, and we talked about it. We got together and talked about it briefly. I did the performance for her for rehearsal at the writer's room, like on a weekend. Mm-hmm. And she's like, we're going to win. And I was like, what are you winning? She's like, we're going to win. I just can tell we're going to win. So we got together. So there was a lot of lifting. They lifted me up because in the performance, when you watch it, the VMA's performance that she did, the dancers lift her up in the air and she's doing a lot of like, she's very like,
hand choreography.
Lots of hand choreography, very moody. I love performing Lorde because she's very passionate. She gets a lot of joy out of her own performance, which I love. She's just like very much in her own head.
Very nice way of putting it.
Yeah, well, she doesn't perform I don't think she performs for people. She only performs for herself.
That's good, though. As an artist, that's good.
Absolutely. But I don't know if you saw another performance she did for Greenlight, but she literally did not perform to the crowd. She performed for herself in front of a mirror inside of a little box. And I was like, dear. Damn, like, Lorde, she is just not. And I love about her.
She's like 12.
She's like 12, and she just makes it, she knows what she wants.
Right.
And I love that about her. So I did it, and people got a kick out of it. And
did you win?
Well, I got paid, so that was
that
was a win for me. But she said that in the grand scheme of things, like she got second place because someone else did.
So they like literally rank all the gifts?
Well, like to her, to her, in her mind, she thought that we probably got second because someone else had an even more extravagant one,
like an elephant,
which was like they had incorporated a lot of memories from like the entire season and put it like in one gift or something. But this memory for that showrunner, he saw that performance and was on the floor laughing because he could not believe that Lorde would not sing her own song. Like she performed a dance that she choreographed, obviously, to a song that she did, and he thought it was the funniest thing, and so she wanted to recreate that for him.
So he won because he got
to
live that.
He got to relive that experience. Okay. So,
and did they offer you a role on New Girl?
Yeah, why not?
The show's ending. Maybe they will. Maybe
didn't they have a different New Girl for a while? Like when Zooey Deschanel was pregnant.
They did.
Oh,
that could be
it was Megan Fox.
I know.
Oh, Sam would have been way better than Megan Fox.
Oh man.
Well, I believe it.
Megan Fox?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't know if that's necessarily like a good thing for them.
Well, they've already shot the entire last season, so I came in way up.
You're not going to be in it. I'm sorry, Sam.
I know. Thank you for reiterating that.
Wait. What if there's some sexual harassment stuff? Harassment.
Sexual harassment. If you get harassed and you end up with herpes.
Harass.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
That was a little bit.
I love it.
That was a ABC path that you created there. I had to translate the rash to herpes. Yep. It could be scabies. It could be.
But it just makes sense if it's herpes.
I mean,
I was a victim of harassment, and then I had to go get some antibiotics.
Yeah. Well, good. I was not sure what we were going to do about an episode title today, but I'm going to make a note of that.
Yeah. It's like a double whammy.
If someone gets harassed and
yes,
and it for once happens to be a woman doing it, maybe
like Zooey Deschanel.
They'll have to reshoot everything. You can be the Christopher Plummer.
That's true.
The new girl.
That's true.
Girl.
Yeah.
I feel like Fox would just scrap the whole thing. I don't think they'd want to go
We're not
through
airing
that.
the last
Or Fox would be like, whatever.
Yeah, actually, they will probably just air it.
We fired Roger Ailes. We're done with this.
Exactly.
I mean, it is on Netflix, and Netflix feels strongly about that shit. So maybe Netflix would be like, we actually have to redo the entire series.
Maybe Netflix will redo their version of it. Just
God.
like Walmart reshoot or re-edits DVDs.
Maybe it can use
What?
our theme song.
You didn't know about that?
No.
I don't know if they're still able to because Amazon's taken over the world, but they would make them more family friendly and cut stuff out of them. So a DVD you get at Walmart is different than you would get somewhere else.
And is that legal?
Apparently. I mean, they do the deals with the studios to say, like, we want the Walmart version to be the better version. I think it's like we'll label for GMO, but we won't label for, censorship. I feel like you should know what you're buying at that point.
Wow.
Whereas with GMO, I don't think there are like legitimate reasons to, not do that labeling.
That just reminds me of that episode of Family Guy where they had a video store that was editing their videos, and they're like, I guess it was, I don't know, some movie with Barbara Streisand, and they like blurred her nose so that they wouldn't show that she was Jewish.
That's kind of what the Walmart thing feels like a little bit. It's
that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's just not that absurd. But that was the whole point of Family Guy, was to, I feel like every joke on that and that kind of joke, when they were not just being mean to people, it was always about like pointing out something along those lines.
I have one more question about the
Please ask me.
gift exchange.
Yes.
I don't know if you knew the answer, but was everyone on the staff involved, like regardless of their pay levels, or just the upper level people?
Oh, you mean for the Secret Santa?
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I think everyone was there, but that was also what was awkward about it, because in the actual performance that Laura does, she brings on a boombox and presses a button and it plays a song.
Oh.
So I bring in a little boombox and I press a button, but there were so many people in there I couldn't get through them. So I was trying to be like Moody Lord and come in like, like just really moody. And people saw me in my futuristic garb and they were like, oh, something's happening. Oh, something's happening, guys. Oh, guys, something's happening. Okay, someone's here. Like, they don't know, but no one was in on the,
But
no one knew
like,
each other's Secret Santa, obviously.
No, so they didn't announce like, Bert, your Secret Santa gift is now happening.
Yeah, well,
it was just like you came out and you were doing it.
Well, she texted us when we were supposed to come up the stairs and like come in, but we were supposed to go on. Our showtime was 7:30, I think. We didn't go on till 9.
That makes sense. Yeah, typical Hollywood.
Typical.
Yeah, and yet you showed up early today.
I showed up early, and I made you all talk to me.
You helped me wrap
and
presents.
I helped wrap.
Yes.
Can I say what it was?
Sure, yeah.
A shot glass.
Yeah.
They're actually surprisingly hard to wrap. So you're welcome.
Well, let me ask you this. Was it hard to wrap because of the paper you used, by any chance?
I think
that could have been part
expired?
of it. Let's just say
No,
that was
because
part of it. Because it's like hard
I
paper.
Well, did you realize that you were not wrapping it in wrapping paper,
Yeah.
but you were wrapping it in wallpaper?
it was wallpaper.
Yep.
Well, you know what?
Oh.
That's beautiful, I think.
Yeah, I think that was nice of
That's
you.
my
You know
very
what?
expensive robot wallpaper.
I cut off a piece that was already part of something that was cut off. So it's not like I unrolled the whole thing and cut off a huge piece.
You were not the first one to use that as wrapping paper.
Oh.
Who
Who else lives here that would use this?
Me. I've done it.
Oh.
That's why I just thought it was funny that I was like, I wonder if
It was
they know.
it was right next to the wrapping paper storage.
No,
so.
that's the one that I use as wrapping paper. The other 3 rolls are the wallpaper rolls that I am always too afraid to put up because you have to like. It's not like you got to put it on the wall with that wallpaper glue or whatever that you put. I don't know how wallpaper works.
Yeah,
but
just like that.
you're supposed to hire somebody to do
Elmer's
it.
glue.
You're not supposed to do it yourself. And I thought I was just gonna like roll it on the wall. It was gonna be easy. And then I got it, and I'm like, oh crap! Like,
Well, I'd be more worried about getting it off.
well, yeah, that too.
Like, I would never put it up in an apartment because it fucks up the paint.
Well, that's why I never put it up. But I've had it for like 5 years now. And
so now we're using it as wrapping paper.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so it's totally fine that happened.
I mean, it
It's
has a
more
purpose
that-
now.
It was just kind of I saw that and I was like, they probably don't know this is.
Well, I was
I'm gonna
like,
ask
this is
about that
thick.
later.
Like, this is thicker than it should be, but
Mhm.
And
Whatever.
the glass was
Vinyl.
kind of awkward to wrap.
Well, yeah, because it's a chocolate.
Yes. Oh, that's what that small glass was?
Yeah.
Thought it was just a cute little glass.
No.
Well, Adam
it's for
once
babies.
did order like some supplies on Amazon for a party.
Oh, I know what this
He's
story
like,
is.
oh, I got the cups and the plates and the knives. And this box comes and he opens them up. And they're shot glasses. And he's like, these are so much smaller than they were in the picture.
Aww.
They don't. It didn't say 1 ounce, 2 ounce glass.
And I was like, you just picture everyone walking around like sipping like 2 sips out of their tiny shot glass.
We still have those cups too.
There were like 150 of them.
Yeah, and
Wow.
they're neon ones, right?
No,
They're
they're
blue.
the clear ones.
They are.
Oh, clear?
Oh, man.
Oh, I guess we just have a ton
think
of
I
So
got cups
everyone just had
everywhere.
like a little shot glass of like
Yeah.
their little drink.
Because it was supposed to be it was supposed to be those like 8 ounce clear
Yeah,
plastic
of
that
course.
looks more glassy.
Easy
cups.
mistake.
Yeah, they're the same shape.
Did you change the theme of the party to miniatures or
What was the party? I mean, we didn't, but I don't. I'm
I don't
wondering-
know. I think we maybe put some candy in them or something.
Was this the birthday
smart.
or was it the anniversary?
It might have been the birthday.
Which birthday?
The
We've
taco
had no
truck birthday.
birthdays.
Oh, was it my 30th? Like the
No.
first real party?
I think it was the year after.
That would was it
With
the
the
birthday?
video
taco
game?
cake.
What?
We've had a lot of parties.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do I get an invite?
Well, all you have to do is show up for one of these shows, and then you'll be forced
On the mailing
I
to
don't
come
want to
list.
disappoint you,
after
but
that.
his last birthday party was like. So you're gonna have to wait a little.
Well, we'll have another. But you shouldn't be that disappointed because it was weird.
You can go to
It
my
was-
birthday, though.
Yeah, I want to go to your
3
birthday.
months.
What are you gonna do?
You're a
That's not
Capricorn.
the same thing.
It's not the same thing. I said, but you can go to my party, not instead.
Although last year was quite elaborate.
Yeah. Well,
It was a show. It was a
Are you
reality
in
show.
March?
You can watch
no,
it.
in May. My last birthday, I did Top Chef. Did I not tell you about this? I thought we talked about it.
You
We
did Top
filmed
Chef.
Yeah, I
and
made my own
produced an
episode
entire
of Top
episode
Chef.
of Top
I
Chef,
love that.
and some of the people at Top Chef actually saw it. Because we had a friend who was a guest judge
Yeah.
who works there. So
Wow.
it was Gail, right? Who thought
What
it
did
was
you
Yeah.
make? What did you make?
Oh, I was a judge. I was Padma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
She
was
wanted-
like,
she wanted to
make
eat.
the food
She
and
had a
bring
wig
it to
and
me,
everything.
and I will judge it.
Love
Yeah,
that.
we had a 5-judge panel actually, and we had like 9 chefs. It was a whole thing.
Yeah.
oh
we'll,
my
we'll show
God.
you later.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I'd love to see
I
it.
guess I'll just edit some of
I'm
the footage on
thinking-
over this episode. So
Yeah.
now that we can show people stuff, I
I'm-
like having this.
I'm
video.
thinking it this year about doing Quidditch, but I just don't know if I can play
Oh,
Quidditch.
Quidditch.
How?
Oh my God.
It would be a modified version of Quidditch utilizing tennis tools.
Because
So
we can't fly. Is
Right.
that part of it?
so
Tennis.
I would use a tennis court, and then I would have people
Oh.
play all the different balls.
Oh, I see. You will actually play Quidditch.
Oh yeah. There would be teams
Isn't-
like people would be on Gryffindor and Ravenclaw and
Wait,
stuff.
didn't we watch some weird dating show when you worked at Viacom where they actually went and played Quidditch?
You mean the
somewhere?
guy I went on a date with?
Oh, you did that? That was your date? It wasn't. It wasn't a
Oh
reality
no,
show.
no! It was at first it was in a reality show, and then I went on a date with him. But
With the guy from the show?
Yeah, you didn't know about this?
Wait, I'm sorry. So a guy
He was on the show. Went to do Quidditch, and then you went on a date with him.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
how-
And he
yeah.
took
That
you-
was an art
I remember.
He
date.
I got-
recycled a date
No,
with you?
no! I'm sorry.
No.
He was like,
We
oh, remember
watched
that guy on
him.
the reality show? And I was like, the guy I went on a date with. He did the reality show with someone. And then after that, we went on a date together, but we did not do the same thing. We went to a
Okay.
different
It
place.
sounded like he was on the show on a date.
No, he did not
Okay,
recycle
so you
it.
did not date a reality star. Okay.
Well, he would have been one if the show
Just to be
went, but
clear.
it didn't.
Oh,
It
But
didn't
we
get
watched.
picked up.
We watched the episode.
probably
I
'cause of the
remember
Quidditch.
this.
It wasn't Quidditch, it was LARPing.
That's why.
Wait, I
That's
thought
why.
he did Quidditch.
It was LARPing.
No, I know he did LARPing, but didn't they do both?
I don't think so.
Well, so what does this have to do with Quidditch then?
Nothing. You brought it up.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. I thought I saw on a dating show that they did Quidditch in LA, and I'm right. They do.
Oh.
You can actually just go somewhere and do it. So
Well, that's less cool. I wanted to invent it.
well, you can find out how they did it and
I like
make it
doing
better.
creative things for my birthday that people haven't done before.
It looks like they're riding around on hockey sticks with soccer balls.
But are they on a tennis court?
Yeah, I don't want that.
No, they are not.
So there you go.
They're on a
Yeah.
soccer field.
I want to use the tennis
does
rackets
not
both as
look like
brooms
Quidditch.
Love
and
it.
as like the things to defend yourself.
Can't we just
Yeah.
use brooms?
Mm.
No, because
Wow.
the brooms don't work like they do in the books.
You mean that
a
'cause they're
tennis
not
racket will
magic?
work like a
A
broom.
tennis racket
yes,
will
you're
serve
right.
a purpose. You'll see.
So you take it
gonna
out
whack
from
her
between your
out.
legs and whack something with
Listen,
it?
Yeah.
I know how to play Quidditch. I don't know how to play this weird version.
Well, I'm gonna explain the rules ahead of
Quidditch.
time. I would write them up, and then I would probably have to test it out with a couple people, and then like see if it's like possible.
If you
I'm
need
just gonna
tennis
get one of those
rackets,
gold things.
I got a lot of tennis
Why do you
rackets.
have a lot of tennis rackets?
My dad plays a lot of tennis,
Oh,
so he has a lot of tennis rackets.
maybe.
So if you
Yeah,
need some
'cause
tennis
only
rackets, I have 4
Just
personally.
yourself?
Yeah,
Wow.
You have
I'm really bad at tennis.
one more racket
too,
than I
so
do.
it's weird.
You have one more racket than I do.
Mm.
And I play sometimes.
Me too. Sometimes.
Oh, you do?
I
Why-
had
why don't you play with us, then?
little P play.
I like how you say that. Like you've been hiding this for years, Sam. Why haven't you been playing tennis with
Why-
us?
no,
sorry.
Why hasn't Erica invited you to
I'm
our
sorry in the
our
hour that I've
horrible
known
tennis
you,
class?
I'm just now learning that she even plays tennis.
It's
So the
because I'm not
truth is,
good.
Sam and Erica don't really know each other either.
Well, the truth is, Sam and I work on different floors, so our
Yeah, that's the
interactions
truth.
are like usually like very meaningful,
Yeah.
but sparse. Like
Yes.
it'll be like she'll come by and be
Do
like,
you
"What
guys
do
pass
do
each
this
other
weekend?"
on the way to the poop bathroom?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we do.
I work right next to the poop
Yeah,
bathroom.
that's
I'm
usually where it's
sorry.
here.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. It's usually
okay.
where we interact.
Yeah.
And then I come down to your office and
Yeah.
I interrupt you.
And usually it's like it's like a worthwhile experience. Like she'll come down to my office.
She'll
I'm
come
like,
to
what are you
you
doing
with-
today? And she's like, I'm going to the new girl writer's room because I'm someone's Secret Santa present.
The
Right.
poop
whatever.
bathroom.
The one that people poop in.
Well, everyone pees and poops in all the bathrooms.
But
Well, the poop bathroom is actually the one upstairs across from the CEO's office because it's more private and nice.
didn't we get a question about the poop bathroom once?
Yeah, someone who didn't like pooping at work.
No.
But-
Someone sits next to a bathroom where everyone poops, and she didn't like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
That wasn't you, Erica?
You
Did you write in with
What?
that question?
What are you talking about?
Well, this just sounds like such a
I've
coincidence
never written
now.
into the show, no matter how many times you think I have, Adam. I have never written in.
Wait, Erica, do you not poop at work?
Oh, I poop at work all the time.
Okay, good
But I also
for you.
don't sit next to a poop bathroom because there's no bathrooms on my floor.
I
You don't-
guess of all the things that could happen, that is a possible coincidence.
Yeah.
A lot of people work.
I
by
mean,
a
you've
bathroom.
seen my office. You know there's no bathroom by it. I get steps at work just because of how many times I have to like walk all the way across the hall to go pee because I have to go like one floor up and on the other side.
But
Yeah.
we like borrowed questions from other people that we knew in the beginning
Oh,
of the
this
show.
poop
and we didn't
bathroom
have
thing
a
was
lot
like
of
6
questions.
months ago. It wasn't that long ago.
Oh. Well,
Speaking of
Weird.
questions, we,
Yeah, we should probably get to
probably
them.
need to read them.
yeah. So just briefly before we, I don't know where that came from. Before we get into the actual questions or content of them, wow, I'm full of words that I don't need today. Yeah, I know, all the time. So we have a new, I upgraded awkward.email a little bit so that our SMS text messages, redundant, our text messages are coming in again. You can actually get, you can actually send a text message and I don't have to go pull them manually anymore. For some reason, something got messed up that I don't know how. Something changed our API call on Twilio's side, and I didn't even think to look there because I hadn't touched anything like that. So I had to like manually go in and pull out each segment of text message every time. And anyway, blah blah blah. It's working now. That works. You can call in with a voicemail as usual at 509-awkward. It's the number for both. You can now emails are automatically pulled into the system when you email questions at awkwardhuman.com, and we have a more robust form where you can fill in all the information that we require, or hopefully that we want you to send in. So it's a little bit easier to send in questions now because it's functioning in all the proper ways. Instead of it having the trouble that it used to have. And you can just go to awkward.email to get that now. Or you can go to awkwardhuman.com. There will be links on there as well. So anyway, if you're going to send in a question, please go check out the new stuff. It works much better. And there are some other features of it that I cannot remember right now. But I was hoping to tell you about those maybe next week. Anyway, I think we can start with the first question. We're doing this old-fashioned way on paper because I still haven't finished the back end part of it perfectly yet. So I just made a little printout. We have one question that's about an earlier episode from Ryan, who says, your guest on episode 193, Milk Grandma, sounds exactly like the Tinder podcast host. Is this indeed the same person?
A Tinder podcast?
Or a vocal doppelganger?
What the fuck?
I have a lot
It's called...
to say to that Tinder person.
I think the podcast is called DPR or something. I looked it up yesterday.
It should just be DP.
Yeah,
Tinder.
what's the R?
I don't know. I did DPR, the Tinder podcast. I looked it up and I listened to it, and it's who's the host? It was she writes for Jezebel now, and she joined. I swear I've met her before, but she joined after I left Gawker, so I couldn't have met her there.
But she was not on the show.
Yeah, she was not on the show.
We can confirm.
Double penetration?
Yeah, but what's the R?
Double
Relaxation.
penetration.
Double penetration relaxation.
I'm always relaxed when I get double penetrated. Always.
You have to be.
Always.
So the answer is that, well, Tony was on that podcast.
Oh, that was
Oh, but people say Tony sounds like a lot of people.
Yeah.
Who? Wait. Oh, Tony. I was thinking of a man that doesn't exist.
Tony, who's had blowjob bruising.
I was...
People remember her for
It's
that.
kind of sad that that's how you describe Tony. Like, she's been on the show several times. She's funny. She works in real estate. But you're like, she had blowjob bruising. That's Tony.
But remember, we had that whole thing where people had to make the noise and send it in, and we called it the Klegman after Sarah, and the show got held hostage. It was a big event.
Right.
That,
but
took a
I
long
was
time.
listening to a podcast the other day, and the person on there sounded exactly like Tony. So either Tony's been on a lot of different podcasts, or she has a voice that sounds like other people.
She has a wonderful voice.
The camera keeps going out of focus, you guys. On Sam.
All right, well, that's a wrap on that question. Nope.
Yes.
Wait, what was the
no, but I listened. Oh no, but I
Is
listened.
it the same person as the Tinder podcast? So I'm like, no, it's not. Done.
Oh,
It's
no.
not, but it really does sound just like her.
I would like to know more about this podcast, though. Like, I want to know if
We'll
it's like
put
a
it in the show notes.
matchmaking
It's,
podcast. Like, what
No,
is this
that's not how
podcast?
Tinder works.
Be a footnote.
Or just like highlights the best dates of Tinder?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's not DPR, it's DTR.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Sorry.
That would be way better if it was double penetration relaxation.
Well, maybe it's double taint relationships. I don't
It's
know.
not. No.
There are a lot.
I love a double taint.
You don't know.
Maybe I do.
Is it
I
like
just
a
want
double wide or like stacked on top of each other taint?
It's
I hope it's a double wide.
Yeah.
it's on top of each other. It's
That
all
seems more
just one hole.
realistic. Because otherwise they're just paddle bowling.
It's post birth.
Post birth.
Oh my god.
The extra wide.
Yeah, I know.
Why
I
is
know.
this so hard
Did
to
you?
find
Oh my
their
god!
name
I just
after-
heard this thing on a different podcast, and I have to tell you guys about it. And it has to do with that. Apparently, sometimes when they have to stitch the woman back up, you know, after she's given birth, they say, "And an extra stitch for daddy."
Ew.
Oh no!
Mhm.
Oh no, no, that's so gross.
No.
Apparently, that still happens
Who's
sometimes.
they?
Wait, they
doctor
have
Like the
or
doctors,
patient?
They have to
stitching them
say
up.
it?
They don't have to say it, but it's something that used to be said a lot.
I hope they whisper it. They're like, and an extra stitch just for
That kind of reminds me. This is 100% gross, but it just makes me think of how they used to ask people after a heart transplant if they remembered their wife or whatever.
What?
Because they thought that if they changed the heart, they might, it might change how they felt, because people believed, even in the age of
That the
heart
soul lived
surgery,
in the heart or something?
that the heart actually was love related, because you do hurt in that general region sometimes when you're sad. So, which is not, you're not hurting in the heart, but we were apparently
that's clogged
dumb longer than I
arteries.
thought. What?
I think they're feeling clogged arteries.
Well, they're either feeling chest pain for one reason or another, but it didn't have anything to do with the heart. But that, like, I can't remember where I read this, but it's just, what a weird thing.
I'm going to choose to believe it because I'm really sentimental like that.
But that's where there are probably a lot of surgery stories like that are really
really gross.
odd.
Just quickly, what is everyone's sign, just so I know who I'm dealing with?
Sagittarius.
You're what?
Sagittarius.
Sag.
I'm a Taurus.
I'm Pisces.
Me too.
Oh my god! When's your birthday?
When's your birthday?
March 1st.
March 4th.
Oh my
Wait a
god!
minute. What are you doing for your birthday?
I might go to Disneyland.
Ooh,
He's gonna go by
take the day
himself and just
off?
leave us alone.
I'm gonna take the day off. Do you want to go?
No,
It's on a Thursday.
You're
you know
going
I love
alone,
any
Richard.
opportunity to take a day off to go to a theme park.
Yeah, it's on a Thursday.
Let me check my schedule.
I mean, you have plenty of vacation
That's
time. You might as well.
exciting.
use
I
it.
really do.
But I might move it to a Friday just to make a long weekend out of it.
I like that.
Mm.
I like
You-
that
like
idea.
next
Do
weekend.
you want to come?
Well, the Oscars is on my birthday. Wait, you're talking about March 1st?
No, either March
Oh, it is
1st
on
or
your
March
birthday.
2nd.
I
I
know.
will go.
If it's March 2nd?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you so much for
either
inviting
Thursday
me.
or Friday.
Yeah, let's
Listen,
plan this on
you're
the
a
show.
hoot and a
whatever.
holler.
I have a cousin who works at Disneyland, and she
Ooh.
could get the hookup.
Oh my
What?
God.
If you want it, I can let her know.
Okay,
Yeah.
Let's leave this as a cliffhanger for next week. And go
Don't
on to
come
our
and
ne-
stalk us at Disneyland, please.
What's our next question?
Our next
Erica?
question. Charlie's mother, 48-year-old female cis, writes, I had...
I had to expand the
gender
gender definitions.
She's a straight lady.
Yeah.
I had the sweetest boy in the world. He was my joy in life, a happy, playful child. Puberty hit, and he is a very different boy. Two choice words come to mind, nerd and slut. He works at a computer store where he spends all his time because he's fixing phone screens in exchange for sex. He has acquired a reputation already, and I don't need to tell you this is a frightening moment for a mother. You are all strange individuals. No
Yeah.
offense intended.
None
I want to know what
taken.
you think of my son's behavior.
He
I
Exchanges
helping repair phone screens for Go
IT
ahead.
transactions for...
yeah, for assuming like a
sex?
blow job. Hopefully, he's not making babies. I just want to the way I want to say this up front, because the way that I read this question, it sounds like whatever we say is going to be played to him. Because I want to know what you think of my son's behavior, because apparently, I have a feeling Charlie's heard from his mother about this already. I feel like he's going to hear from us, so we should just keep
I
that
honestly
in mind.
don't see anything wrong
when we-
with that.
Really?
How old is the son? I would really like to know that. Is he 12 or is he 18?
Well,
if
he
he's-
just went through puberty, so...
Oh, he just went...
Well,
I
you just said puberty hit and he is a very different boy.
Well, I'm assuming that means recently.
I just assumed he was like 18.
Well, if he's 13, then yeah, that's not...
If he's 18, there's nothing that she can do about it.
Well,
But if he was like 17, 18, you know, like...
But he works,
whatever.
right?
How does she know?
Yeah, I would assume he's got to be like 16.
How does she know that he's
If he's-
doing this? How would your mother find out that you
Maybe
are
the
exchanging?
store-
He has a
it's-
reputation, it said.
Oh, he
Maybe-
has a reputation.
But maybe the store is called like
Phone
blowjob
fucker.
your phone to wellness or something.
Oh.
Like
I-
maybe they don't take cash at this particular store, and so she
Oh.
knows.
I don't think it's that kind of store, since those don't exist.
But what kind of store is it then that would hire someone and not pay them and just have them do sexual favors for people?
He probably does all the normal jobs, but then a cute girl comes in, they flirt or whatever, and I honestly don't know how you could facilitate this without it being completely inappropriate.
Yeah, which is why I think the store just is like a sex shop that also fixes phones.
Well, maybe it's like at school, and he
No,
finds like
he worked at a computer store where he spends all his time.
So he'll fix someone's screen
well when he's not at school.
in exchange for a BJ.
Or more, we don't know.
We're just assuming all of this is what we have to do
Okay.
a lot of the time, because I don't get responses from people, or I guess I'm too lazy or too busy.
guess if
Yeah.
you don't want him doing it, you can show him like a bunch of horrifying photos of different STDs and stuff, and just be like, "This is possible. This is a possibility."
Do what they did for my confirmation class.
Show
and
him a
just
baby
us-
photo.
Is that true?
Yeah, they brought us to a church and they projected images of gonorrhea and chlamydia to all of these girls who were all supposed to be celibate. And a lot of girls cried because they gave someone a hand job and felt like they were going to get gonorrhea.
Hand gonorrhea.
Hand gonorrhea,
It's a bad one.
But yeah, no. So that's that's a great idea.
And so then you didn't have sex for years.
They gave us an ATM card after the course was completed.
Wait, what?
ATM abstinence till marriage.
Of course.
Good one. Still have the card. Haven't
Well, you
used it. And they said, when you get married, give this to your marriage.
That's disgusting.
And then you're supposed to give them
What
the
a
ATM.
gift.
I know, what a gift. Like, here I am.
Catholics.
Crazy.
Ugh.
Crazy.
Wow. You're lucky to have experienced that one.
Yeah, as well. But I don't know what to say to this person. Hey,
Give him an ATM.
They clearly do not have an HR department.
Yeah.
And that computer shop needs to get it under control.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I feel like he probably does. This is how I'm imagining it: that he does his work as he's normally supposed to do, gets like clients on the side, stays late after his hours to fix the phones, knowing he's gonna get his dick sucked or something out of the whole process, and then he looks really good to the computer store because it's like, oh, that guy's working extra hours. Hopefully he's not stealing the phone screens parts. I mean, I don't.
Or
not a lot of details.
Innocence.
Well, the thing, I mean, the thing is, it's like, it depends on how he's negotiating it, really. Because I mean, if it's coming out, if he's paying for it, I think it's probably a bad thing to just establish a process of paying for sex through any means as like your main way of getting laid. Like that's just not a good precedent to set for your life in general. Because I am like not anti-prostitution, but at the same time, that it's a special thing. I think maybe like it's not something that should necessarily be the norm, that everyone's just paying each other to fuck.
Wait, I am confused. He is fixing phone screens and telling them you don't have to pay. You can just
that's what I don't
for
get.
me.
I feel it's more like he's in the store, right? He's kind of nerdy. This girl came in one day and she's like, "Hey, John, can you like fix my phone for me? I don't really have any money. I don't want to tell my parents that. You just like fix it for me."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Well, what am I gonna get out of this?" And then she was like, "I'll give
I
you a
have a
blowjob."
mouth.
Well, let's hope it went that way.
And so she like starts doing that, and he's like, "Ooh, I can use this." And so maybe he just kind of like spread this information around his school, like, "Hey, I'll like do a deal with you if you want to come."
Well,
like,
he might not have even had to if like some girl came in and did that and said like, "I don't have money, but I got a mouth." Then he can. That would probably, the rumors would fly around school if he's in school. And then
these other girls will be like, "Is it true?" And he's like, "Sure. What do you want to do? I'll fix your fucking phone."
Yeah. In that case, there's not really something terribly wrong with his behavior, other than
it's still not an ethical way to do business.
Correct.
Like,
and
first of all, he could very easily get fired.
I mean, I'm all for the barter system though, because like if I could just give a blowjob to get my screen fixed on my phone,
well, we'd have to have a talk about that one.
I mean, you probably could. You just shouldn't.
I agree with Erica. I think ethically not
For a variety
kosher
of reasons.
But let's just hope, and this is, I'm just going to put it in here, consent. Let's just hope that it's all consensual.
Yes. Yeah.
And coercing someone into giving you a BJ because they need their phone fixed desperately is not consent. So let's just hope that everyone is consenting to this.
yes,
And also, we're hypothetically saying blowjob. They could be full on fucking, in which case, always use a condom.
Yes, always be safe.
Doesn't matter if she's on the pill or not.
Yeah, I mean, this is just, it's weird because it's in some ways not a problem and in other ways very much a problem.
I mean, it's a problem for a variety of reasons. First of all, this kid might be 13.
Yeah.
In which case, like,
The younger he is, the more of a problem it is.
That's not something you should be doing that young all the time. And then the other thing is, like, he works at a business. If anyone at the store found out about it, it would be bad for them. It would be bad for him.
Well,
He's
sounds
also...
like everyone seems to know about it if he's got a reputation.
But why is the store okay with this? Like, they're losing all this money because he's getting sexual favors.
I hope I don't offend anyone listening to this show right now, but have you met computer nerds? It's not... I was watching a review on Amazon yesterday. I think they're like, good work. You're not stealing, so enjoy. I mean, like, I wouldn't be surprised if that wasn't a reaction.
Business.
I think if this is a kid that's living under your roof, and like you're supporting this kid with your money and your house and everything, then you got to just have a little talk with him and be like, "Hey, what you're doing, I don't approve of, and like stop, or I will make you quit this job or something." Like if it's that concerning to you, I mean, if I would say if he's like 18, like and everything is consensual, like, oh well.
I think he's definitely not 18. I think he's
But if he's
somewhere
like 13,
between
14.
13 and 17.
Oh my God.
Then I feel like that's a different
My hope
situation.
is guess
world?
is 16.
Yeah. They all should have got ATM cards.
Yeah.
Maybe
guess
you should
so.
give it to him for his next birthday.
Okay.
That's just, I mean, it's weird. I mean, I guess it also depends on how many blowjobs or whatever he's getting, because I mean, like, how often does this really happen? I mean, how many girls need to get their phones fixed for a blowjob?
Sounds like a lot.
It does sound like it's been quite a few, but I mean, like, it can't be happening more than once a week. How many phone screens break? How big is this school?
Maybe people are very clumsy, and the same people keep re-breaking phones.
Phones are so fickle these days.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say this because I don't necessarily agree with this, but if you really want him to stop and he happened to receive a blowjob from someone who is older than him and he is a minor, there's your path.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Statutory rape.
Yeah, totally.
Even though...
Very, serious.
Yes.
Hey, Quentin Tarantino doesn't like it when you call it rape.
Yeah, well, let's see how he feels in a week when this episode actually goes up.
Next.
Yes, next question comes from Gabe, who is a 26-year-old male who is heterosexual. I need to reformat this so it's hard to read these now. Anyway, he writes, "Aloha, coworkers, you are my only hope." Oh, good. This one. Anyone else will definitely think I'm a crazy, insane person. Someone at work is almost for sure peeing in the coffee, and I don't know what to do. I can smell it so much. I have seen the coffee pot disappear for 10 minutes at least more than 4 times. I tried to catch it returning full of coffee and pee, but I think the crook is very careful because he, let's be honest, it's a he, never shows up if someone is in there. I have asked coworkers if they think the coffee smells or tastes funny, but they just say it's office coffee. What do I even do about this?
I mean, that's fair.
Richard, this is probably yours, although Sam, maybe you have some insight.
I am shocked. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
You're the coffee smeller.
I think, well, one, just like if that's a true concern, like report it to HR and be like, hey, this might be happening, and I know it sounds ridiculous, but we need to figure this out. Or 2, dump the coffee and make new coffee because
But
office
the pot's
coffee is
full of pee.
But you can wash it.
Pee's also sterile.
No, it's only sterile to yourself.
It is a physically harmless crime for the most part, but it is a psychologically damaging one, I think.
I mean, I would.
But also, who
This
doesn't
is
like urine in their mouth?
I feel like consent and HR are the themes of today. We haven't gotten to the last question yet, but yeah.
Man.
I would definitely just stop drinking the work coffee.
Yeah.
Because
just like invest in a French press.
or
Yeah,
just
this
like
might be a
fucking
let
go
it
get
go.
it somewhere,
Yeah.
you know, like.
No, but you don't want to pay for it every day.
Set up a camera.
Well,
like
if
what
it
you
means
Yeah.
have here.
pee, yeah,
You have
I
it on the
would
coffee
like
pot
all
at
over
all
the
times.
place.
I would definitely spend $3 to not drink pee.
I would just spend the like $15 on a French press.
Okay, sure.
Oh, you know what? No.
Get a
Get it
French
work.
press, dude.
Break the coffee pot and just have it
And
be
then never have
destroyed
coffee again.
No, but then get them to get a Keurig. It's much harder to pee
Oh
in a
yeah, how's he
Keurig.
gonna pee in a Keurig? Oh, unless he fills it up with pee instead of water.
But it's
You
more
could
Yeah,
totally
expensive.
take that container.
Bring
and
your
Companies
own
may not-
Keurig water holder thing. Or get one of
Companies
the
may
ones.
not want to pay for a Keurig.
Well, Erica's phone wanted to get involved in this
Okay.
question.
I don't know. I feel like he would just pee in the thing, whether or not it's his. Like he would just
Yeah.
take it and go pee in it all the time.
I mean, unless you catch the guy. I mean, Sam, you're right.
We need to catch him.
You got to get a camera if you're
You
going to
gotta
catch him at
catch
this
him.
point. But you're also not going to be able to catch. You'll catch someone bringing the coffee pot in and out, but you don't know that he's peeing in it. It just might be a clue, and you could get in trouble for planting a camera without someone's consent.
I think what
There's
you
that
do
fun word again.
is
That's true.
you get a few coworkers, and you
Yeah.
all decide that you're gonna watch this pot, right? The ones that you trust,
You
though.
take shifts.
So, or women, get female coworkers because you clearly think this is a male, and then
I
so
wouldn't
you
be
all
too sure about
watch
that.
the pot, and when you notice someone pick it up and take it, you follow him
Well,
Or
that's what he's
her.
done.
or her.
We're not discriminating.
That's what he's been trying to do. He said. He's
Then
been-
why hasn't he caught him?
He says he doesn't
don't
show
know.
up if anyone's there.
person like well?
Is there no one that sits near the coffee
I don't
that
know
can
how
just like notice it?
Well, that I can't answer. That's not
Sir?
a question. But
You know
I
what?
think this needs to be some kind of like espionage like mission.
Take
Yeah.
away the coffee pot.
if
Take
he,
away the coffee pot.
if he can convince someone in the office that this is happening, or somehow a webcam could be like maybe catch somebody, convince somebody who's like iMac or whatever is facing that area and might catch someone going in and out with the coffee pot. Just ask them to record or video conference with you for an hour even though you're still in the office. But if there's some way you can catch it without it being breaking a rule, or if you can convince someone who runs the company, your companies are allowed to surveil you at work like this. Just an employee can't do it, but the company can decide to do it. So that's an option if you can get the company on board, but you don't want to talk to anybody. So I don't know how that's going to work. I think
pee in it first.
I think you got to let it go, or you got to take a sample of the coffee and have it tested for urine.
Yeah, because
you could probably do that at
taste
home.
bud thing. Maybe he has a tasting issue.
Canadan, you probably would know how to, if this is possible. I don't know if coffee is going to screw it up and make it so that you can't really tell for sure if there's urine in the coffee. But I would think there'd be something you could test for, and you understand that all that chemistry stuff that I don't. So, Canadan, will you save us? Will you help us figure this one out?
Does he still listen?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
hey
in the
girl.
meantime, buy yourself a personal size coffee maker for your day.
Agreed.
Yeah. Okay, so let's tackle this last one, which is actually not that different.
Alex writes, Dear Awkward Humans, first of all, I'd just like to say that this is my favorite podcast ever, and it always brightens up my day whenever I listen to it. As an awkward human myself, I love how you all embrace the awkwardness of everyday life. I'm still relatively new to the podcast and started from episode 1, and I'm so glad that there are so many episodes left to catch up on. Here's my question for the show. My coworker who sits next to me chews gum audibly every day, and it makes me want to punch her in the face. It's not that it's super loud, but the way she chews sounds really moist and saliva-filled, and it bothers the heck out of me. It also bothers me that she talks to herself. Am I just a horrible person? How can I tell her to stop her loud gum chewing in a nice way, or how can I stop being bothered by her harmless personal habits? Thanks, Alex.
You're not a horrible person.
No. There are also earplugs, so that I would invest in those. Just
earphones, so you can listen to music.
Yeah, most places don't want you wearing earplugs when you're in the office.
Yeah, but I mean, like, plug your ear holes up with something. If someone has a problem with it, they'll ask, and you'll be like, well, there's loud gum chewing and self-talking and stuff that's bothering me. And then it can be dealt with in a way where you're non-confrontational. So if you wanted to go that route, that's an option. I mean, the thing is, this is in our book. Actually.
How to deal with loud chewers?
How to deal with annoying coworkers. And I don't remember. I think we dealt with smelly mostly, but it's the same sort of thing as, like, go into their shoes, realize that they probably don't know about it. They maybe really like chewing gum or are addicted to chewing gum. I don't know. You can come up with some scenario that makes sense to you, and then talk to them about it and say, like, hey, I don't want to be annoying or anything. It's just the gum chewing is kind of distracting to me because I get really distracted by noise, kind of like a dog. I'm not saying you're like a dog, Alex, but our dog is very distracted by noise, and I'm a lot like the dog in that way. So I'm like a dog. Anyway, that's
a song that's less common. I'm like a dog.
Thought of that. I was like, oh, what's the song? I know it's a bird.
I only wag my tail.
Thank you, Richard.
You're welcome.
So there, if you're distracted easily, like, put it on you that, like, this is something that bothers you, and it would really help if they were not so loud about it. And if there's, normally I would suggest, is there anything I could do to help? But you know, like, you're not going to buy them super soft gum or send them to a TMJ doctor.
But don't worry, because Lady Doritos are coming your way.
Oh, yeah.
Would it help if this person who wrote in is also chewing gum and also talking to themselves? Because I also have misophonia. Is that what it's called? Where you cannot, I cannot listen to people chewing or eating and talking with their mouth full of food. It drives me mad. So, but sometimes it helps when I'm also eating, and then I can take more of what they're doing.
Like it'll help you
if I'm doing the same thing.
Because, like, I've tried to do this in I've had a coworker like this, and I've tried to do the same thing, and he got louder.
No.
Yeah, like it's a competition. Richard's been around the block on all these coworkers doing things with mouths.
It's awful.
Yes, not like Charlie's mom.
Not like Charlie. Yeah.
What's her name?
No, that's a new one. Charlie's mother.
It was Charlie? Okay.
No, I know what her name is, but she wrote Charlie's mother as the pseudonym. So
it's Pam, isn't it?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. We'll guess later.
There are also apps that you can turn on, like I did this. It's a noise cancellation app. You turn every time there's an outside noise, the app turns it into a more pleasant noise.
Oh.
And I forget what it's called. So that's helpful.
Yeah,
But
that would be very
doesn't-
helpful if you remembered it.
It does manipulate sound. And you can change the type of sound or ambience that you want. So you can change it to a thing that says happy, and then it will make it sound more like cheerful noise. Or you can change it to like something darker, and it's more.
Do you have it on your phone?
I used to.
Well, it's probably
I
in
don't have
your
my
purchase
phone.
history. We'll just have
But
to.
I
We'll have to see if we
would-
can figure it out.
We'll
We'll put it
have-
in the show notes.
Perfect.
I
Let's do
would
that.
agree with whoever said use headphones or something. Listen to you like our podcast. Listen to our podcast while she chews.
Although, if you're like, it might be a situation where, that's not reasonable because if you need to like focus on if they're doing something with words,
Then they
that
can
would-
listen to music.
Mm-hmm.
kinda. I mean, you'd have to listen to
Some Alexander
instrumental music.
Desplat
Get Brain
or
FM.
some
That's a good
John
concentrating
Williams
thing.
or some Bach or
Bach.
or
Mm. Yeah.
something without words that you don't have to pay attention to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or just get noise canceling headphones, and put those on and just listen to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
That's Ned Flanders.
I have to do that every time. It's a compulsion. So, that's it. Those are all the questions.
Good luck, Daryl.
How we got so...
Good
Alex.
to
Yeah,
Good luck,
same
Alex.
difference.
I can never
throwing
remember
a
them.
name out there.
We never get through things this quickly. What happened?
Well, we spent so much time not answering the questions.
Mm-hmm.
I guess when you have 2 HR questions in a row, I usually am better at
could just keep it
splitting them
rolling.
up. But I wasn't this time. Poor me. Well, anybody else want to share something before we go? I know Richard doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not like
No.
the show's too short. We just answered the questions
No,
quickly.
I know, but we've just been so good at going over an hour every week, and now I'm just... What happened to my...
Did you lose a glove in my car? Like years ago?
That's what...
This is
that's
what you
we're gonna-
wanted.
Hey,
This
you
is what you
asked
No,
me.
this is what I wanted. All
This
right.
is what you're asking.
I have a glove.
Mm-hmm. What does it
It's
look
not
like?
mine. It says head on it.
Ooh.
Yes, that is my
It
glove.
is yours. Oh my god.
What does the other glove say?
I am missing it. Brent
I
gave
don't
me
know,
new
I only have
gloves.
one.
Give
because-
me, and then one glove says head.
Yeah, that was my tennis. That was one of my tennis gloves.
Okay, well that's
Is
good.
it spelled
Solve a mystery.
H-E-A-D?
I could never find the
Is this
right
head?
one again. So this is.
H-E-A-D?
Yeah, like the brand. It's a sports.
Oh.
Yeah, my tennis bag says head. My
They
racket
make
says
skis
head.
as well.
I'm a head guy.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, I got in the car yesterday and like on the west side and there's a glove on the seat and I'm like, what is this?
On the seat.
Yeah, and Jacob's like, oh, I thought that was yours. And I'm like, no, it's definitely not mine. And he was like, well, is it your mom's? And I was like, no. And I was like, why do we have one glove? Is this OJ's glove? Like, what the fuck is happening? And he was like, oh, it must be someone from a ski trip. And I was like, I know it's not. And then I was like, well, where'd you find it? And he was like, oh, it's in the glove compartment. I was like, oh, that's much less weird. I thought like we got in the car and there was a glove
At
on
least
the
There's
seat.
a glove in the
Placed in the
glove
car.
compartment. Oh no.
Place.
It just made more sense. So I got, and then I had this memory of you like leaving gloves in my car, but you had like multiple,
Were you
and
having,
then
like,
you thought you
nightmares
found
about
them.
this?
No, I was just weird shit's been happening.
What do you mean?
We woke up this morning and there was a pillow on the floor, completely soaked.
With urine?
No, I think it's water, but we don't know why. We
What?
haven't figured it out.
Your mom's in town.
But she wasn't staying with us.
Why
And-
Does she
would
have
that
access to the
matter?
apartment?
No.
Would your mom soak a pillow?
We don't have time to get into Erica's mom right now, but listen to last week, everybody, if you want to taste. But
Oh, no.
because boy did
No.
she follow through on what we were talking about last week.
Sure did.
But
Yeah, it was really weird. Like
she
I
used
so
microwave
I-
socks and let until they started to burn.
and then the microwave exploded because she was trying to heat them up.
And she did not learn from the first time.
So then she did the same thing with the towel. She put the towel on the balcony to
The
try
towel,
to like
the only towel she's ever been allowed to own since.
cool it off, and then the flames started coming from the balcony, and she was like, "Oh no!" And I'm like, "It's made out of wood." Anyways, no, she didn't have access to the apartment. It was just really weird, and like, it was just on the floor. It was completely soaked. It seems like
In the
most
bedroom?
yeah.
Okay.
Seems like the most likely scenario is that I knocked over my water in the middle of the night and it spilled all over the pillow, but the glass was on the floor.
Oh my god,
And
this
it
is
wasn't
some
like knocked over. It was
paranormal.
still
Right.
standing up with
The-
water in it.
Just
That's
a
what
little
this
bit.
is.
Okay, this is what happened.
I was drunk last night.
Yeah, this is what happened. You knocked over the water, or the pillow was on the floor. Somehow it just fell on the floor.
Oh, no,
you knocked
I know
over
why I
the
was on
water.
the floor. I always take it out. I sleep with one pillow, but I use one to prop my head up, so I always throw it on the floor before I go to
Okay,
sleep.
well, you knocked over the water, and then you picked it up, and you were like, "Oh fuck!" And you were too drunk to like do anything about it.
It's just weird because I have no memory of it, but I'm like, it's probably because
Yeah.
And-
Why were you so
and
drunk?
because I went to Trilby's bachelorette party. Let's
is
not go there again.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't invited to that either.
There were no men, if it
Oh.
makes you feel better.
Yeah.
But she's a lesbian.
I'm
Leslie got all the men.
really?
They went to.
This is all. See, I just want to be there because it's fascinating.
We can talk about this after the show. I've
Yeah.
solved the glove mystery, and pretty sure we've solved the pillow mystery.
I actually do have something we need
I
to
just
mention.
kind of wish you like had woken up, squatted over the pillow, peed, and then just got back right into bed.
That
Well, let's hope that's what
doesn't seem
happened.
very likely. And also the
But it's a beautiful image.
right. But also the pillow is so low to the ground. I don't think that'd be my first choice. If I was gonna pee into something, I'd pee into like my laundry hamper or something, you know.
More sensible.
And I was wearing underwear and it wasn't wet.
Because
So,
it's
it just
elevated
doesn't
and there's
add
a
up.
hole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
I know.
And a very generous hole.
Very
that.
generous.
So, I guess we did that, so that's great. Before we wrap up the show, I knew there was something else we needed to talk about, and it's that the 200th episode.
Yes.
200th episode is next week. We're not going to be doing any real questions. Thank you.
They're gonna be real. We're just not gonna be
Well-
getting them from our audience.
Yeah, we're not going to be doing
what?
listener questions next week. They're going to be submitted from past guests, and they're going to be done that anonymously, and we're going to try to guess who they are.
But we will be answering the questions.
We will be
as
answering
well,
the questions.
Don't worry.
I
We're-
can submit a question?
Yes, we'll give you the form
You're
before
now
you
eligible.
go.
You're eligible now.
So I just
I have a question. Should the three of us get in on this?
And like send in. I feel like we would know because I'm not. I don't have a poker face. If my question was read out loud, I'd be like, like the whole time. So like,
Yeah, I think it's better if none of us do
So
it.
the people who are answering the questions will not have submitted questions.
But what I do want to ask of the listeners, and I don't know if, since we're just doing this a week before, if anybody is actually going to do this, but if you are still listening to the show right now and it's not, I guess they're probably going to hear this when we're recording it.
Okay, so you can't ask them anything because
Yeah.
it'll be the same day.
Shoot. Sorry. I was going to ask you to send in like your updates if you've written into the show before and just to let us know how you're doing.
Well, why don't they do that for the 201st episode?
Yeah, okay.
Because
So-
I think we'll be pretty busy with all the questions on the 200th.
the people
Yeah.
I want to hear back from are that one girl who wanted to see a therapist and her dad and her mom didn't want to take her to one. I want to know how you're doing, girl. Who else?
Janet, if you're listening,
We don't want to
we're
hear
still
from
here.
We
and
don't
we're
want to hear
still
from
waiting.
make-believe people.
I want to know what the fuck's going on and what state you moved to.
Did she move? Is that what happened last
Yeah,
time?
she said she had to move out of state, but she didn't write in. She just wrote to me after I
And I'm
emailed her.
sure
Yeah, I
that,
remember that,
Vanessa followed her, and they're gonna have more adventures.
Rebecca,
with-
get it right.
I'm sorry.
I thought Rebecca was dead now.
The
Daryl.
fake person.
We don't know. It doesn't matter if it's fake or not. If you see a movie and it ends before the end of the movie, don't you want to know the end?
No.
What about when
You're in
what
a
about when
theater.
I
Did you
Tanya
see,
turned off Richard? You wanted
Like
to leave?
crazy. Did
Yeah.
you see? Wait, what? Oh, yeah. No. Those
What?
are movies that didn't end.
That's not the point. If you're sitting in a movie theater
Some people call that
and
a
it
cop-out,
gets turned
Richard.
off and you're like, wait, how
The
does it end?
movie gets turned off?
Yeah, like someone shuts it off, right?
Oh,
Wouldn't
so
you
like
wanna-
literally the
dies or
movie
whatever.
didn't
Yeah,
end.
wouldn't you want to know how it ends?
Yes.
That's how I feel
Well,
about
I'd get my
Janet.
money back for
Oh
sure.
my God.
That happened to
well,
me.
then give me my money back, Janet.
It happened to us during I, Tanya.
Oh, it happened to me during Minority Report.
Oh, that's a bad one.
2 hours into the movie, the film burns.
So you just thought
And
Tom
goes-
Cruise was gone forever?
I was like, oh, what happened? I was 13. I'm very young. I was like 12 or 13.
Well, now I know
at
you're
most.
definitely younger than me.
Did you have a huge crush on Tom Cruise?
I still do. Who
Okay.
does not? Does
Oh,
someone
not,
here?
I can't look
Not
at him.
me.
I find him uncomfortable to look at.
Sam just left the room. Goodbye.
No, Tom is great. And you know what? He needs to come back. And he's underappreciated.
He's come back. He's here. He's always
Would
here.
you? Would you?
Haircuts.
Would you go
Some
in? I know
problem.
you've done Catholicism, but would you do
I've done-
Scientology for Tom
No,
Cruise?
I think he's a crazy person, but he is an underrated actor, in my humble opinion.
All right, we
I
got
do think he's
places to
good.
be, so I think we should wrap up the show.
Yeah, we're still going to be under an hour, you guys, so
Oh.
hooray.
Bye.
Well, I guess maybe not after
We're going
the
to go
intro
see
goes.
IUD, girl. Bye.
See you next week for our 200th episode. Stay
Yeah.
tuned.
Write in something, please. And we'll not share it till the
We'll
next
share it
one.
the next week. It'll be
Okay.
fine.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Woo, thank you for having me.
Got a weird question, comment, or story for the Awkward Human Survival Guide? Send it in. Really seriously, send it in, and please send it in. We want it really bad. You can do that in all sorts of ways on awkward.email. Yes, that sounds weird, but you literally just type awkward.email into your web browser, and it's like a regular website. It pops up our fancy contact page, made lovingly by Connor Vickers, one of our favorite listeners and an awesome developer. If you're more of a phone person, you can just go ahead and call or text us at 509-AWKWARD. We love voicemails. We love hearing your questions in your own voice and your own words. It's beautiful. So do all of that. Send us stuff. We love hearing from you. Also, check out our website at awkwardhuman.com. Follow us on Twitter at awkwardhsg. That's HSG as in Human Survival Guide. And on Facebook at facebook.com/awkwardhumangroup. Before we go, a special thanks to Renee Weiss for the theme music for free, and whomever wrote this ending theme you're listening to right now. It was a royalty-free track we paid for, so they don't get any fucking credit. They got money instead. Anyway, that's all we got for you this week. Thanks again for listening. Please send in your questions, comments, and whatever stories you may have, and we'll talk to you next week.